So today on Good Questions that have nothing to do with anything, we are gonna speak about
It's a lot of folding.
a lot of folding.
Okay.
A lot of
empty
folding.
paper.
Yeah.
There's
What?
nothing on that paper.
Yeah.
Not a word.
ask the imaginary question, Franco.
What is the ultimate
No.
worship leader?
No.
Nee.
What does the ultimate worship leader look like?
3, 2, 1.
Here we go! What does...
Worship Leader Fantasy League.
Yes, it's like fantasy or super brew, fantasy league or super brew, but with like
Got a cup,
worship
so
leaders.
opening.
So, but I think we have to start with the most important, like what instrument would the ultimate worship leader lead worship with? That's a funny thing to say. What instrument would the ultimate leader lead worship with?
Something percussion. I think you're like a tambourine.
Okay, but illustrate how would that look?
Really?
Yeah.
I'll go for it.
Can you
I don't
imagine like
know.
a worship leader doing that all the time?
There will
Don't you
be,
see it?
you'll
I'm
feel
not-
the Holy Spirit, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, what you want is something a bit more that has oomph.
Yeah,
Don't worry,
yeah.
this is not real. It's just a symbol. But you want something with oomph that you can feel the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Because the nice thing about it is that you can also have like a Phil Collins worship leader vibe.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you can see it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord. Your worship song right there. Yes, just saying.
That's good.
Obel obviously says the classic like guitar. It's always a safe one. I guess.
99.9%
Yeah.
of worship
Yeah.
leaders are guitar
Yeah,
players.
And it's also like the safest, I guess.
Yeah, that or the piano.
You know you're gonna have a really safe worship leader if he's like eloquent on the guitar.
That doesn't even use the instrument.
Sure.
No,
What
the
about
singer.
the worship leader?
singer.
He uses
Freehand.
his voice
Freehand.
as an
Freehand.
instrument.
Man, that's a lot.
His
And
body.
his body.
He uses his body.
That's a talent. That's a
Because
talent.
instruments are just crutches. Like
Your instruments are just crutches.
Now let's talk
Like-
about like the perfect worship leader.
Yeah. Okay, but
Yeah.
what should he look like? Let's start with like dress,
Skinny
attire.
jeans is a must.
Skinny
It's
jeans
a
is
must.
a
Skinny
must.
jeans?
Like don't try and wear
Like,
pants that actually
no.
fit.
No.
You don't want to
Skinny
see his
jeans all the
car
way
keys.
You don't want to see his
You don't want
car-
to see car
No.
keys and phones in his
No.
pocket.
No, they can't fit.
Skinny
They mustn't
jeans.
be able to fit in there. He
got a moped.
He's gonna
He doesn't have a car. He has a moped.
He's just so eco-friendly.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what he's about.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Or
guys-
he obviously should have long hair. I mean, who doesn't want a worship leader with like Brandon Lake's
Yeah.
luxurious
Locks.
curls
Speaking
hanging
of Brandon
around?
Lake,
Oh man.
Yo, that's beautiful. But the tight pants and
Yeah.
the baggy shirt.
Overly large shirts.
yeah.
And they have
But
to
with
be
the
white.
deep V, with
Exactly.
the
The
deep V.
deep
Yeah.
V.
You
It's
don't
like
want to
someone's
see.
been
You don't
hanging
want to
on
see
it.
his winter weight he put
No,
up in Christmas weight.
not at
You don't want
all.
to see that. You want to see the baggy. It looks
Yes,
good.
yeah.
looks
So
good.
uber skinny jeans
Uber
with
skinny
like
jeans.
sneakers, obviously
Yeah,
sneakers.
Definitely. But also high top.
High tops,
High tops,
definitely.
definitely.
Yes.
Barefoot worship leader.
Barefoot worship leaders.
I don't know where you were.
We're not that kind of church.
You're staying woke.
Yeah, obviously.
has to
We
be woke.
we forgot like one of the most important ones, a neck tattoo. Like, how am I gonna know if he loves Jesus or not unless his neck says it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
And if you want to be like just one earring.
Just one
Yeah,
earring.
the one earring.
One of those
yeah.
like
One earring?
another one of those
Yeah.
odd earrings.
yeah,
just float
because
as
if
one.
he has earrings on
spacer.
both ears, it can
Yeah,
it
the
can
spacers.
confuse people.
Yo,
So,
the
yeah.
spaces are
It
the
can confuse
legit.
Especially
Legit.
with the long hair. Like,
Yeah.
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 Keep
why
confusing.
does it have to be a he though?
Oh, shit.
yeah.
I'm offended. I did not think of that. Like,
Yo,
it
but
had-
the-
With
yeah.
the neck tattoo.
Yes.
Yo, what's the skinny
Exactly.
jeans and
Skinny
baggy
jeans and a baggy.
The baggy. But the
But if it's a she, then obviously like a short, funky pixie style haircut. You can't like have normal.
Has to
short-
have the
on
color.
one side. and-
Yeah.
It has to have at least one or two different colors.
Yes,
Yeah.
obviously.
In
Yeah,
there,
it can't be like
Yeah.
natural. There has to be a pixie cut, shaved, funky colors. So.
and you should always see the earrings from way back to church. It's
Yeah.
dangling.
yeah,
It has to have like four
massive,
piercings on
yeah,
one and
you
it's just
know.
normal.
It reflects the light, I think.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mannerisms. We haven't, like
yo.
mannerisms.
I love worship leader.
Worship leader menu, but the best ultimate worship leader mannerisms.
They come back. all-
They like,
They create the wave that
Yes.
hits them with the Holy Spirit.
yes.
The no eye contact ones, the ones just they look like they keep on praying. They're like the whole time. Just,
Yeah, that's true. Or they're like up
Up
there
in
the whole time.
the worship
like-
to the ceiling. Yeah, like
Just
that.
beholding
But
the
it's not just
glory.
looking up, it's the motion. It's and the hat falls off.
Oh, yeah.
Well, my
And he
favorite
hasn't cut his hair in
is
a
the
while.
breakaway actually. Is when they're busy
yeah?
worshiping and they just break it away.
Yeah.
It gets
yeah,
too much.
It gets
It's
much
just-
like
Release the spirit upon you. Just-
Yeah.
It's like when you
That's
take something
it.
hot out of the oven and it burns you, like, ah, no.
You know, it's like something like that.
Yeah. Or do you know what's my favorite is the laugh? Like you need a worship leader with a good laugh. Like Kim Walker Smith, like she's got that laugh. Like you just know that the Holy Spirit is
Yes.
joyful in that moment.
How,
you're
how would
worshipping
you
like, Lord,
otherwise
how-
know that
No,
the
how
Spirit
would you-
is working if she doesn't laugh? Yeah. Then you
That's what
know
you need.
Jesus is with us. Like he's busy working amongst these people.
What about the
If worship leaders start laughing?
yeah? What about
you know?
the worship leader who brings heaven down?
Oh
and
yes.
gives it to the crowd?
And
What
give it-
about-
Like
And he anoints.
Then he
you know.
anoints the rest of us.
Yeah.
But the teacher pick me one, they're like, the year one. The teacher pick me. It's
Especially
like,
if you
"Is
play
it pick me,
piano."
pick me?" And then
Yeah,
he goes
Lord.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we
I
go.
like-
But still, like ultimate worship leaders, because you know sometimes on stage things happen and they have to like navigate and communicate with their band.
Oh.
Ultimate worship leader does that in a very subtle way. You
Oh,
know,
yeah,
like they just kind of lean back and look at the drummer. You know, to kind of
They
go,
stop
dude,
stumping their foot like
Yeah,
really
yeah.
hard on beats.
yeah,
and they
dude,
just-
you're messing up. And like,
Jesus, you're
Yeah.
amazing. Come on, keep with me.
yes, exactly.
But then you get the one, I'm just putting it out there,
Yeah.
you get the one that's aspres, or that's,
yeah,
that's
on
purpose.
Yeah, express.
is that when the
On
when the
aspres.
guy leading the service comes onto stage, then he goes, and then Lord, and then he, like he waits for you to come on stage,
Yeah.
and then he keeps
Yeah.
singing the
But
next
he gives
verse.
he gives you the signal, everything. He gives you the
Yeah, he
wing.
does that.
He's like,
He
you
gives
wake
you
it
the wing,
and
they
as you
come
go,
over here
Yeah.
with the-
and
they're
then
like,
you
come
walk
over
up stage,
here.
you're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, worship leaders, they kind of have this.
But
And then
then-
you know it's time to
It's
like,
time to.
But usually
Yeah.
it's awkward. You either get the person that then just walks off immediately, or the one person
Yeah.
that stands there with the mic in his hand and he just sings along.
that has happened to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It
I
has
like,
happened
just
to me
stood
as
there
well.
and I was like, well, I'm committing now. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
two
yeah.
songs later, I was like, this was a bad choice.
Yeah, this is that choice, yeah.
Yeah,
I
Just standing
should've
there with the pulpit tapping on it
Yeah.
with the rhythm.
Yes.
that's true. Yo, the things we want our worship leaders to look like, it's crazy, right?
Yo,
do,
Like,
expectations.
so all of what we just said, so what we're saying is everything we just shared, the ultimate worship leader has all of that.
So Brandon Lake.
No pressure.
No pressure. Yeah,
No pressure.
No pressure to all the worship leaders out there, but everything we just said, that is the list that needs to be kind of done with. That's quite hectic.
I really would not like being a worship leader right
No,
now.
definitely
No.
not. Sorry to all the worship leaders out there. No pressure.
No pressure. But that's it for today. So remember to like, share, and subscribe.
Ring that bell. We'll see you next time. Cheers.
Yeah. So today on the good question show.
No.
I think
Good questions.
Good question. Good questions
Good
that have nothing to do with
Yes.
anything.
Yeah.
It has.
Have.
Have.
Have
Has, have had.